In this video, I'll demonstrate how to use truth tables to determine logical equivalence. The basic definition of when two statements are logically equivalent is if and only if each statement has the same truth value on every row under the main operator. So here's our example that we'll start with. Our first sentence is a negated conjunction. It's not the case M and B. And our comma is going to separate the two statements from one another. So the second statement is, it's not the case M or it's not the case B. Our question is, are these logically equivalent? If they are logically equivalent, we will find that they have the same truth value on every row under the main operator for each statement. So our first step needs to be determining what kind of statements each of these are and what are the main operators. Let's look at our first statement here. It's not the case M and B. M and B are inside the parentheses, and that is a conjunction, but outside of the parentheses is our tilde, our negation. So the main operator here is going to be the tilde. Our other sentence, our other statement, is not the case M or it is not the case B. The main operator here is the wedge. It's a disjunction where the left disjunct is a negated atomic sentence and the right disjunct is the negated B. So we've got a truth table here that can determine line by line whether these statements are logically equivalent. That is, that they have the same logical meaning, and we can test that out with the truth table. Our atomic statements or atomic sentences are M, whatever that stands for, and B. So we'll construct the left side by adding all the combination of truth values for those atomic sentences, all the combinations. So as usual, we'll start with row one with the first statement true, the second statement true. Row two, M will be true, B will be false. Third row, M false, B true. And then row four, both false. This should be familiar. This captures all the possible combinations of truth values for the atomic sentence M and the atomic sentence B. Now we'll apply those truth values to each of these statements and see if in fact they're logically equivalent. So let's start with the negated conjunction. I like to work inside the parentheses and then go out. So let's just add the truth values for our conjunction, which we should know pretty much by heart right now. So when M and B are true, that conjunction is true. All other times, the conjunction is false. The conjunction is true only when both conjuncts are true. But that's not the full sentence. The full sentence is the negation of M and B. So we take the truth value of M and B on row one and we flip that and we get false for row one, true for row two, true for row three, true for row four. And then just to make sure we don't forget what the truth value is under the main operator, let's get rid of that truth value under the ampersand. Since that is not the main operator for the statement, it's not the case M and B. Okay, let's handle the second statement here. It's not the case M or not the case B. And I'm going to go each statement here, each disjunct, and I'll just work off the negated M, and then I'll do the negated B. So the negated M by row is just going to be the flipped truth value per row over here of our atomic statement. So for row 1, if M is true, the negation of M is false. Row 2, where M is true, the negation of M is false. Row 3, where M is false, the negation of that false is true. And for row 4, where M is false, the negation of that false M is true, right? It's just the flipped truth value per row since it's the negation of M. Let's do the same thing for B. B's truth values are going to be true, false, true, false. So we can quickly do that. Remember to put it right underneath the operator, which is the tilde of the right disjunct. So if B is true, tilde B is false. If B is false, tilde B is true. Row 3, if B is true, tilde B is false. And row 4, if B is false, tilde B is true. So these are the truth values for each disjunct because the disjunct is negated M on this side and then negated B on this side. So now we simply apply the rules for how to determine the truth value for a disjunction. A disjunction is true in all cases except for when both disjuncts are false, and that occurs in row 1. So row 1 is going to give us a false right underneath that wedge, which is the symbol for the disjunction. And then all other times it's true because it's only false when both disjuncts are false. So I'm going to scratch out those so I don't confuse what we're looking at here in terms of the main operator, which in this case, again, is the disjunction under the wedge. So now we want to see if these two statements are logically equivalent. If they are, they'll have the same truth value on each row. Well, row 1, our first statement, it's not the case M and B is false. And our second statement, it's not the case M or it's not the case B is false. Row 2, it's not the case M and B is true. Same under our second statement. Row 3 shows it's not the case M and B is true. And it's true for our second statement. And look at that, row 4, true for our first statement and true for our second statement. So these two statements are in fact logically equivalent. And we just demonstrated that using the truth table method.